up, you guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Off the Beaten Coast. We're down here at Brighton Beach, just north of Brisbane. I mean, it's such a beautiful day, so we thought, why not come out and have a picnic? The water is lovely, tide's coming in. Today's episode is, again, just gonna be a short one. I caught some beautiful blue swimmer crabs the other day while out on a dive. I was just in some shallow water and they were on the bottom, so I just popped down to grab them. Unfortunately, I didn't get any footage of it, but again, today's episode is just gonna be a little quick one and show you guys how to make a beautiful little crab pasta. Now, not many ingredients, but it's gonna be super delicious and super easy as well. So if you find yourself with some sand crabs, this is a good one to try. So to start, I've got my water boiling. So this is just fresh seawater straight from over the ocean. And I'm gonna put my crabs straight into there as soon as the water's boiling, and they're gonna boil for about 8 minutes. Then I'm gonna fry up some onion, capers, some garlic in the pan, pick all the crab meat out, straight in together, and then mix it with some pasta. All right, so my water is boiling, and now I've got to put the crabs in. These are gonna turn out absolutely beautiful bright red. The lid straight on, and those are going to be in there for about 8 minutes, I reckon. And then I'll take them out and put them straight into cold water, straight from the ocean. That way they cool down and stop cooking. All right, crabs are ready. They've been in there for about 8 or 9 minutes now. They're going to go straight into the ocean. Now what this is going to do is going to cool them down straight away, and it's going to stop them cooking. And that way we're not going to overcook our crabs. Sit in there, look at that, beautiful. So our crabs have cooled down a little bit. They are perfectly cooked, beautiful and red, look at that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pick the meat out of these and set that aside, and then the meat's going to go into our pasta. Righto, to break one of these crabs apart and pull the meat out, all we have to do is go down to his little flap on the bottom there, open it up, pop the top of the shell off, and then that can go to the fishes. And then here we have all of our meat. So just going to take these little gills off here at the side, give them a quick rinse, and now everything in there is ready to go. All we have to do is break him open, and all the meat is inside these sections here. And so what we'll do is just pull all the meat out of the shell, so that way we're not going to be eating our pasta with any shell in there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some fresh seawater here, and this is what I'm going to use to boil my pasta. So at home usually you would salt the water for the pasta, but using ocean water is going to be probably the best thing that I could use for this. So our water's come to the boil, it's coming along nicely. All that crab is picked and ready to go into the pasta. So I'm going to cook the pasta. Oh, that's angry. Now this is just one, so that'll probably do us. Now we're going to cook that until it's nice and al dente, and then let it sit aside while we cook our onion, garlic, capers, crab, creamy deliciousness, and then we'll be cooking. So our pasta's just about ready. I'm going to take that off now, and drain that off in the ocean. Pan's going on. Now next is our onion, garlic and capers. They're all going to go into there, get nice and hot, a little bit caramelized, and then I'm going to deglaze with a little bit of white wine as well. So our pan's getting hot now. I'm going to start with a little bit of olive oil. It's starting to smoke there, which is good. And then straight in with our onion, garlic and capers. Now these are going to fry off for a couple of minutes. I'm going to get a bit of caramelization on the garlic and onion. Sizzle them away nicely, which is already starting, and then I'm going to deglaze with white wine. So the reason we deglaze is to get all the caramelized bits off the bottom of the pan, and also add of course we're going to add a little bit of flavor with the white wine as well. And it's going to start the base for our beautiful sauce. So our pan's nice and hot, a lot of caramelization happening in there, so my wine goes straight in. Now at this point, I'm gonna add a couple of things. Firstly, secret ingredient, bit of vegeta, chicken stock. This is absolutely not kosher, and I would get flogged for doing this by any Italian, but it'll add a lot of delicious, salty, sort of umami richness to it, but it won't taste like chickens. I'm just using a little bit. Next is gonna be some cream. I'm gonna let that boil away for a little bit. Now I'm just gonna add a little bit of chili because I like it hot. Perfect. That sauce is coming along really nice, so you might add a little bit more cream. And then in with our crab. Beautiful. I'm going to get that coated in all that beautiful sauce. Look at that. Right, so I've picked a few fennel fronds there. This is just stuff that usually you would throw away. I've got some chives as well. That can go in. And then a little bit of lemon juice. Give it some nice acidity. Mix everything around. How good does that look? And now our pasta is still nice and hot, it's cooked perfectly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just put maybe half of that in there. That looks about good. Look at that beautiful rich sauce. Beautiful, our pasta is looking perfect. Straight into the plate. Look at that. That is going to be absolutely delicious. A beautiful blue swimmer crab. Pasta, a bit of fennel on top. And then finally a bit more lemon. That is done. Now that is absolutely divine. Look at that. We're going to sit here, enjoy this, have a little picnic on the beach while the storm rolls in this afternoon. And if you find yourself with some blue swim crabs, they're pretty cheap. You can pick them up from the fish market for about 10, 12 bucks each. Try this recipe. It's super easy. It only took, what, 10 minutes to make. And it's going to be absolutely divine. Look at that. Anyway, that's enough for this video. If you want to see any more from me, jump on over to my Instagram at Hasfoss and follow along at Off the Beaten Coast. And of course, subscribe if you're new here to the channel, and give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment if you like. Thanks guys, have a good afternoon.